Okay, we're on the next video. Once again, if you haven't finished the review, do the review first. Alright, so number 4 says which choice is most likely the equation of this quadratic function? And then we have 4 answers right here. Well, I see that it's moved slightly to the left and it's above. But none of these are in vertex form. So what we need to do is graph all of them and see which one looks mostly like that. So these are my equations, and I'm going to go ahead and put them in my calculator and check them. So just go into y equals. I'm going to try the first one. X squared minus x plus 2. And then I hit graph. And I see it opens up, but I need this one to open down. So I can eliminate A, because that's the wrong direction. I can also eliminate C, because a positive and a positive is still positive. So now we're just looking at B and D. Both start out with a negative, so we know they'll open down. So I'll go back to y equals, erase this one. I'm going to type in negative x squared minus x plus 2. Hit graph. And this one, it goes up to about positive 2. This one goes up to positive 2. The vertex a little bit to the left. Yeah, that looks about right. I'm going to go ahead and graph my second one just to see if it looks a little bit closer. So the other one says negative x squared plus x minus 2. And then I'll hit graph. And I see the other one, it goes down too far. So it is not the one with the minus 2, right? It was a red one. Yes, it is answer B. Okay, now number 5 says, for which values of A will the graph be wider than the graph of 1/3 x minus 6? I'm sorry, x squared. So here's the graph of A. Y equals ax squared minus 6, and it says 1/3 x, and it wants to be wider. Well, we know with wider, it needs to be a larger fraction. So the A value has to be less than negative 1/3 or greater than 1/3. It's really close. A is greater than negative 1/3 and less than 1/3. A is not equal to 0. Is answer A. Alright, so the reason it's not C, because if we go less than 1/3, which would be good, we don't cover any of the negative values. The reason it's not D, if we go less than negative 1/3, we're actually just going more negatives than 1/3, but we're not covering any of the values larger on the positive side. That's why it has to be A. Alright, so number 6, which function g of x represents the graph f of x 5x squared plus 3 shifted 2 units down? So, g of x is this graph shifted 2 units down. Well, this has to be the same, so I can go ahead and eliminate B and D. And to shift 2 down, that's going to adjust the k value, that plus or minus at the end. So 2 down from that would be minus 2. 3 minus 2 is positive 1. So 5x squared plus 1, which is answer A. Alright, number 7. A baseball is hit in the air. The table shows its height changed over time. So this is the time, this is the height, which means time is almost always the x, which means that's be our y. The approximate relationship, the relationship between x, time in seconds, and y, baseball's feet and height, can be approximately described with the equation y equals negative 16x squared plus bx. according to the equation, which is the best estimate. Excuse me. Of the time it will take the baseball to reach. All right, now on this problem, since it says plus b of x, and it doesn't give us a number, what we actually have to do is take our x's and y's, get our quadratic regression to get our equation, and then see when it hits the bottom, because this does not give me our graph. So I'm going to go to my calculator now, and I'm going to type in my information. So go to stat, you're going to have to go to edit. L1s is your x value, so we've got 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, and 2.5. Then go over to your y's, 41, 73, 96, 111, and 118. After we do that, go back to stat, and then you're going to go over to calc, go to quadratic regression, which is number 5, and let's hit calculate on that. So it says negative 16 point something blah 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 plus 88 plus a c. So really all we need there is the full equation. Y equals negative 16 point, and I'll just go one decimal place, 6x squared plus 88.1x plus 1.2. Cool. Now I can go into my y equals. I can type that in. So I'm going to clear out the other ones. And I've got negative 16.6 x squared plus 88.1 x plus 1.2. Then we'll hit graph, and we see it's going to hit the ground somewhere over here on the right. So if we go back to y equals, set this as 0 and see where they intersect. We're looking for that second intersection. And follow my x. My x is still 3, 4, 5. It's getting close. Oh, there we go. Enter 3 times. And it's at about 5.32 and some change, which would round up to be 5.5. I'm going to stop the video here. We're going to continue on the next video.